here, I believe. Crusader Brendan something. He's a badass warrior, dragging people off the battlefield, great hero of the Argent Crusade. And he's caught the Plague of Undeath. Rather than just like mercy killing him and whatnot, you go to the druids of what was it? Druids of Moonglade. You go to someone else. I can't remember who. I think you go to 3 places. I remember 2 of them. The druids, and then when all other options are exhausted, you go to the Naru in Shatrat City. They ascend the guy into the afterlife, so his body never, it just disappears. He never turns into, you know, scourged abomination. That's what my mind thought of when I saw that. Then again, maybe it's meant to be just something like in Burn, you know, it's not meant to be, you know, something happening in expansion later on than when this content was originally created. More likely it's just a reference to the Naru and Shatrat and people talking to them, or the Naru and Sunwell and it getting the shit kicked out of it. Who knows? But that's what it made me think of, at least. Vision of the Remembered. Just that makes me think of that. And don't worry, you will be seeing that quest at some stage, whenever I can get an alt high enough to do it. This may very well be the opportunity that we needed. I will send an attack at once. The Stillpine, thank you for your service, Qyrok. I'll turn that in a moment. Also, how the hell did they get a Tauren head? These blood crystals that you saw, my scouts have seen many more to the north. Thank you for your aid, but now I ask that you leave me to confer with the elders. I'll call for you once I've spoken with the other elders of the village. I'm not sure if he actually stops and talks with anyone. So in that case, I'll do this and go in with the attackers. The Stillpine Raiders, the time to strike is at hand. Charge. Okay. This is what I was talking about. This is why they can't, you know, actually pull off an attack. They all have 67 hit points. 67 hit points. Or less. That's a level 10. The others are like level 9s. I don't think there's any like level 11s among them. But yes, they all have comically low hit points. I'll follow the Congo line, see how far I can get it. Actually, remember where I saw the ore earlier? They despawn around there. Really? Okay. I was hoping they'd all stick together, considering how fucking frail they are. Well, that's probably asking a little bit too much, ain't it? Come on, navigate. Okay. I'm going to... The Congo line goes over that way. I'm going to also go over that way to go grab the ore. I'll grab the other ore that's around here on the way back. If only I could skin these as well. Charge. Also, it is kind of interesting how these are actually flagged for the Alliance. Which is an interesting little touch. Part of me's thinking, well, if an ad-level Horde got involved, they might be of use. But probably not. In all honesty, they are kind of pitiful. Wait. I was hoping that was like a frontal cone AoE, because that would be really nice. But nah. Okay, they actually managed to beat one to death. And then they despawned. Well, they did something. Also, why is that there? I never put that there. I didn't even activate that bar. That seems to be auto-doing. It's very strange. Weird. Nice. Trio 7. Yeah, that's not half bad.
It's too far away.
Now we'll bludgeon our way out.
I need to get closer.
I'm getting a fair bit of quad off these guys. When I actually have the ability to mail, I can send them on to Qyrok. He'll need them. Because I made him a tailor, didn't I? I remember having some pondering about what to do with him with his professions. I presume I made him a tailor. I vaguely remember doing so. So I think that's what I did. Also 40 gold in eggs. Not half bad. 101 gold in that. 19 gold in that. 5 gold in that. Not half bad. 19 gold in that. Alright then. Excuse me. I'm actually over level for this now, but that's fine. Kurz grunts at you. The Promised One has emerged victorious. The prophecy is nearly complete. Now, about that hide. Take the Kirkin's hide to Mordu, on the other side of the village. He will fashion the hide into an item of your choice. And so, we take the epic journey to walk to the opposite side of the village, to the leatherworker trainer. And somehow we'll get the Kirkin's hide, with no flavor text, and have it turned into plate, I presume. Hello, hero! This is the strongest... Actually, I get no reward from it. That's actually kind of sad. This is the strongest armor I've ever made. Make good use of it, Qyrok. I wish I got something. Like how earlier I got the corp bracers. Even though, I meant to be using plate. And they don't even give me an. It's actually really annoying. Oh. It's also a sign that they kind of put in this new system kind of haphazardly. Rather than having it the same all across the board. Sometimes it's one way, other times it's another. I would prefer it all to be one or the other, you know? Then again, I am happy I got these bracers. Sentimental bastard. Well, actually. And yeah, I was right, I still have them over on Palnai. Even, all this time later, all these years later, still have them. Warn your people. The hold is saved, and the hold is saved, and soon my people make their way back to the ancestral home. The prophecy has come to pass, and a new age of prosperity begins for the Silpine. But I fear that darkness looms ahead for your own people. There are questions left unanswered, visions of prophecy unseen. Return to your leaders and tell them of what you have seen here. And Promised One, should you ever require the aid of the Silpine, you have to merely ask. Ooh, the cauldron is, I think, adding a... I don't think there's normally the green fire in the middle of it. Vision of the Forlorn, Vision of Purity. It's now Vision of the Remembered. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna auto run. I know I could heart, but if I auto run, well, first I get the chance to be waylaid by Bandit. Actually, who's that over there? I've thought, whatever way I saw the lasher, I thought it was actually a raptor. Vision, Vision, of the Forlorn. Bandits, bandits, wherefore art thou, O bandits? Deny thy father, refuse thy name. or if thou won't, be swarmed by my love, and will no longer be a Capulet. I know I was using the wherefore art thou incorrectly. Wherefore art thou actually means why are you? I know, it makes no sense, but it's Shakespeare for you. Okay. According to Wowpedia, this is what we see. This is actually one of the characters that he sees in his visions. Actually, I was... well, I was kind of right insofar as... Christ, this was Burning Crusade, and predicted what happened with Bolivar. Okay, I was wrong about it being that guy who got plague of undead, but according to the thing, it's apparently meant to be according to Wellpedia, or well.gamepedia.com, it's meant to be Bolivar. The guy who became the, spoilers, new Witch King after Artus was kicked, you know, it was dethroned, had the shit kicked out of him. Quite literally, if you play nothing but monks. Bolivar took over as there has to be Lich King, otherwise the Scourge will just run riot. I guess they've been held back because of scheming and shite. But it's apparently one of the characters that Kurt sees in one of his visions. What are the others? Like, what else has he predicted? Kurt's revelations. Every now and then, he'll ask the spirits for a vision. You see the Kirkin's End. It's the two-headed beast that the young Draenei adventurer defeats. A strange future. An artifact out of red crystal. Vector coil. The power of the Exodar. And purity. And apparently the arrow is said to be Oros, and the human paladin seems to be Bolivar. Huh. Who's Oros? Because there is no Naru involved in Bolivar becoming the Lich King. Ah. They are the Naru in the Exodar. Weird.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
That's weird. It's just I'm thinking like, wouldn't like how does it connect? You know, how does it connect? Have you put down the beast? Ruda nods solemnly. Then it is done. You're ready for your next lesson, Qyrok, but I'll not be the one to teach it to you. While you've learned many hard lessons from me during our time together, this is the second time I've met you. It is time that I entrusted you to wiser hands. Behemoth, who trained me when I was green as grass, will be your new teacher. I have told him that you'll be seeking him out, and he is expecting you. You'll find him at the center of the Warrior's Terrace, the highest point of the Trader's Tier of the Exodar. But yeah, I don't know how that connects, because there's no Naru involved in Bolivar becoming Lich King. Anyway. Visions, you say? Interesting. And these prophecies come to pass. But you say they saw the power core of... But you say they saw the power core of the Exodar, and Oros was also in the vision. What can it mean?
Blessings upon your family.
Taunt. Really? I can get taunt. Okay, let's get rid of that. I just didn't think I would be, you know... Actually, I think everyone of the class gets, you know, the taunting abilities. it's not only the profession, the tanking spec. Because I think Palnai has it, even though he's a retribution parry. Actually, back in Wrath of the Lich King, taunts used to do damage, or at least the paladin taunt did. I don't know about the rest, but since it did damage, I actually used it when I was soloing, just to get that extra little bit of damage out. Even though honestly, maybe it held me back, but because it would have triggered a global cooldown, preventing me from doing more damage ability in its place. So the enemy would have died sooner, kind of thing. Who knows? But it's what I used to do when I was younger. Then the damage component was taken off, and I stopped doing it. So yeah. God damn, this is bringing me back. It's bringing me back to the Wrath of the Lich King Scourge event, and I was questing around. There is Argent Dawn people just inside the gate up here. Then I was doing a quest later on, and I ran onto a huge herd of zombies. And even though they were focusing on someone else, so they wouldn't have stopped and hit me, I didn't really think of that at the time. So it felt really, cool or awesome or whatever you want to call it. That I managed to make it through without being, absolutely slaughtered by the zombies. Oh, it brings me back. I really wish I could partake in that event again, because that would be so much fun. Because I never really got to do it much, because I was too low level. It was, it was just not high enough level for it. Okay. I have no idea what that's about. My Christ, this brings me back. Bloody hell. Niblet. Ugh. Anyway, actually, yeah, I should have taken the fucking, Hippogriff ride. I kind of forgot that existed. Ah well. Enrage. Bloodthirst critical strikes enrage you, massively increasing your attack speed. Nice. What's Raging Blow? Melee attack that generates rage and is only usable while you are enraged. Okay. Whirlwind. Melee attack that damages all nearby enemies and increases the number of targets hit by your next Bloodthirst or Rampage. Nice. And I remember once upon a time there used to be, a infested crate over here. Or crate of plagued grain. Wasn't this further away once upon a time? Maybe not. It'd be a weird thing to move. Oh, so that's a side point. I'm not going to say what this is a reference to, as I don't think it's come out in my Legion tin yet. But, actually I kind of spoiled it already, didn't I? Basically something that does happen in the Exodar, and something happens down here. And I'm just curious, has it been acknowledged here yet? No. But yeah, that's the person in the vision. The Naru in the vision, at least. Oros. This place is relatively well intact, considering it crashed into a fucking planet. On a side note, who the fuck let Deanna Troi drive? Like, seriously.
I hope you
Greetings, friend. You look like you've come a long way. How can I help you? So you've brought Challen's list. Excellent. I was hoping to receive this today. Let's see what she needs. She reads over the list and begins placing various items in a box. That's most of what she requested. The pieces for the beds are simply too large to be delivered by Hippogriff, but I'll make the arrangements to have them sent by wagon. Here's the box. That should be enough for Challen to get the inn up and running. Let her know that she can keep sending in orders as the need arises. As your watch urgently needs to place care for the wounded and put up any travelers they receive. When you're ready to return to your watch, seek out them near the seated Naru in the Exodar. And there's the King's Herald, the Hero's Herald. Basically over there is the Griffin, Griffin Master. They used to be out here. By the entrance.